How did you find out about Mulberry? How did you get into Mulberry?
Right, I've done a few long-term prison sentences, all drug-related, and on my last sentence, I did hit rock bottom. All my family weren't speaking to me, and it weren't just a short time. It was for a long time. It was 2 full years. I knew I needed to change, and I got introduced to a group. Am I allowed to mention the group's name? The BAD group.
Yeah.
Beating Alcohol and Drug Disorders. It was a group run by 2 ex-prisoners themselves. They was like big time drug dealers actually. They turned their lives around, and I got a lot of inspiration from them. Doing part of the group, we dealt with a lot of core issues such as like abuse, neglect and stuff like that, which, you know, I have had experience of it. So I could relate to what was going on, and for the first time in my life I felt safe actually talking about it. And because I did well, they told me about this place, about Mulberry. One of them, well, they was both volunteering here, and they just got me in touch with here, told me to trust them, and I did. I built my trust up in them. I could see that we'd made friends actually in the last 6 months before me getting out of prison, and they just got me here. I've been here for 9 months. Well, I've been out of prison 9 months now.
Maybe touch on that, the fact that the BAD group started off at Mulberry, didn't it? And then it sort of reached out to prison, into the prison setting.
From what they've told me, they started off about 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
While they was on licence from the prison sentences, and then they got funding to go into prisons on a trial basis. They tried it in 3 different prisons, and then, I'm not sure, I might be wrong here, but now they're going into different prisons, and they're being headhunted by other prisons in the northwest because it's got such a success rate. And there's nothing like that in prisons. I think I should add. There is courses and stuff run by recovery staff in prison, but they're just basic, like, you know, drug awareness courses and alcohol awareness. You know, it's just all the facts. It's not, you're not working on your own recovery enough. But this course is different because you're working on why you're an addict, and you know, it gets you going. I found it interesting, me actually. Do you know what I mean?
What do you think makes Mulberry unique?
It's not like 6 months or 12 months and you've got to do this, you've got to do that. They're quite open and liberal with what you need to do, as long as you're showing some effort and going to groups, going to support groups, taking part in the 3 groups during the week, liaising with your key worker and stuff like that, and making the effort. They're happy. You know, it's not too intense, but like me, I was going to different fellowship groups. I tried a few support groups, and I got advised by the staff and my key workers to just cherry pick. I found out what worked for me, what didn't work for me. So what did work for me was I just carried on going to it, and I've just made friends, and it's kept me clean for 9 months for the first time in my life.
What would you say to someone that's just starting out on their recovery journey and they want to maybe have a look at maybe joining Mulberry? What advice would you say?
I'd say just give it your 100%. The more you put in, the more you get out of it, because we only live once. Treat it as your last chance, because I did. I'm 50-year-old now. I've tried other recovery places before. I was doing it for everyone else, but you've got to do it for yourself. You've got to be selfish in your recovery. It doesn't mean you've got to turn selfish and, you know, ignore everyone else. Selfish in your recovery means look after yourself first, then you can be a good dad to your kids, you can be a good partner, you can be a good husband, good whatever, but you've got to work on your recovery first. Don't do it for everyone else. I made them mistakes and I relapsed straight away. You've got to want to do it yourself.